Welcome to X-Wing Mates, to another practice game. I'm Angelo.
And I'm Klaus. So today we've invited guests. It's Mads Bachmann Petersen and Bugge Lytøft.
I always use the small asteroids because the aggressors, especially with the advanced sensors, is really maneuverable, and they can be really hard for your opponent to predict. So having as much room to move around and boost before you sloop and stuff like that is really efficient to get arc, especially against really slippery Imperial Aces ships.
I know that the aggressors, the Brobots, they, especially when you have the C, the boost one, that they are very dangerous, and they have a very broad spectrum of maneuvers they can make. So I wanted to keep the asteroid cluttered in the middle and try to stay as much as possible in the middle to kind of diminish the amounts of options and possibilities the aggressors would have to make when I decloak with my Phantom, to make a pre-boost and then a K-turn or a sloop. In that case, it's very easy for them, even though that the Phantom is very slippery, to get arc, and they are dangerous if they can shoot, especially if they can focus fire, both of them, on the Phantom.
The reason for deploying in each corner in this matchup is because I want to outfly Oikon. I basically want to get him out of the match as much as possible. So with like if I can get one of them in from the side and one of them behind Oikon, then he has a hard time making Oikon worth it.
Echo is running Agent Callus, and he has just assigned it to the IG with the Mangler cannon.
Yeah, I think the idea here is that first of all it's IG-88B with the gunner effect, but also that the Mangler cannon can be used at range 1 to 3, whereas the heavy laser cannon can only be used at range 2 and 3.
Let's take a look at the lists. First, a bit of an unusual list from Bugge, because rarely we see people playing Echo. That's a very interesting ship.
Yeah, with the Phantoms, Whisper is the choice of many players. Echo has a lot of advantages, though, as I know that Bugge will be explaining to us later. But the fact that Echo is so unpredictable, can move anywhere with the decloaking, with the bank 2, can be anywhere on the field in a very short time. So it's a very powerful list, but it's also very fragile, right? It's a list where you don't have to make a lot of mistakes before being punished a lot.
So Echo is running VI, which brings him up to an 8, which really matters in this match. He's running Sensor Jammer because we can sense that in overall he feels like it needs to be a bit more defensive. So Sensor Jammer will turn one of the hits from the attack of another enemy ship into a focus. So it really forces them to always have a focus when they shoot.
In the current meta, veteran instincts on Echo is becoming more and more important with the inclusion of Omega Leader at pilot skill 8, with the inclusion of the Inquisitor at pilot skill 8. Up until quite recently, pilot skill 9 was the one to aim at, right? That is what Whisper gets when she's assigned veteran instincts. But now with 8 being such a sort of a turning point for pilot skill, I think that you will see more and more Echo players giving Echo veteran instincts.
So we are at the end of round 1. They are approaching, still no shots fired, and Echo is doing his thing, being behind the Decimator, using the Decimator as kind of a scary thing to go against.
Yeah, and sort of to shield. You can see that Bugge, he's making very sort of aggressive moves with the Decimator, with the 3 bank, trying to really block the movements of the IG-88B.
This Decimator is also a pretty scary ship. You don't want to shoot it. It has Rebel Captive. You don't want to get stressed.
It's a lot of meat.
I mean, you really want to take pulp off the board because
The hardest thing about this exact matchup is that Echo is the most slippery Imperial ship of them all. And with the veteran instincts on Echo, he outpilot skills both my my IGs. So it's the game is in Bugge's favor from my point of view.
And just as we saw, Echo is one of the most unpredictable ships from the Imperial, so this is a pretty unpredictable match. They can surprise us.
Yeah. Now we start seeing the movability of the Brobots. They are so mobile. They are so fast across the field with their boost and their long sloops. They can turn so fast. Yeah.
Let's see what they add to this.
So I have to get Echo down first. That's basically it, because if I focus fire on Oiken, it takes far too much time, and he will destroy one of my IGs before I get the Oiken down. So I want to trade one of my Brobots for Echo, basically, and if I have one Brobot against his Oiken, then I feel pretty confident.
So Mass has a clear game plan. He hopes to be one-on-one with Oiken in the end, so he's not planning on bringing down the Decimator right in the beginning.
No, I think that the idea here is that if he's left alone with Echo, that can be a really, really difficult setup. He wants to get rid of Echo, right? The Decimator is good, but against two Brobots, it will simply be taken down fast.
And let's take a look at Mass's list. So he's running a Mangler on IGB, and auto thrusters, of course, and advanced sensors, unpredictability, and Predator, not push the limit.
Yeah, you have sort of three standard setups that you'll see with Brobots. It can either be the EPT, could be Predator as Mass is running. It can be push the limit, and these are sort of you can vary them slightly. You'll also see some with fire control system as their upgrade or as one of the upgrades. I think that what Mass is trying here is to run a list that optimizes on the damage dealing. Right, it gives him possibilities. If he rolls only one hit in his first attack, maybe he will re-roll one hit with Predator in order to activate the gunner effect from the IG-88B.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And on the other aggressor, he switched the Mangler cannon for the heavy laser cannon, and a tracker beam just in case he gets some ships with low agility.
He's running asymmetrical aggressors. So one of them, the cheaper one, is actually IG-88B, and the more expensive one is the IG-88C with the heavy laser cannon, but with the boost and added evade effect. So basically, because he knows that a lot of players, they will target down IG-88B because of its super cool gunner effect, and now he made it less interesting, at least in terms of points, right?
Yeah, because that's not the one that hits harder.
Yeah.
So we are watching the first shots so far. One shield on the IG-8B and two shields on Oiken, but that doesn't really matter much for Bugge.
No, I mean, Bugge knows, as most Decimated players know, they know that the Decimated are going to take hits. Of course, what's going to be important is what kind of crits it is going to get. There are some really nasty crits that it could get in the beginning.
So here we are, the kind of gunner effect working. He just took a first shot at Echo, and now he's trying a second one. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of defense dice, and nothing.
No, they've been quite stable in their defenses right now.
I think Bugge took the better out of this first encounter.
And he got into the game. I mean, his approach to the first encounter is quite good. He has Echo in a really, really good position. He has the Decimator in a good position. see if
And
they can
look at this
encircle.
crazy roll. The Decimator hits hard as it can, and the Brobots, I mean, the one that was being targeted, still manages 3 evades. It's pretty amazing.
It's insane that and in particular when you get the Brobot outside of arc of the Decimator, they can. I mean, they have auto thrusters. They have 3 defense dice. They have tokens. It's
In this turn 3, I was also having 2 options: stay between Oikun and the border, my right border, or I could try to squeeze past the big asteroids close to my deployment zone. The reason I chose and to go that way was that he has one bot that is double stressed, which makes it quite predictable where it will be, and it will end over in that area. By decloaking that way, I might end up bumping him, losing my focus or evade I need to defend and or attack. Plus that I might, if I'm unlucky, get in 2 fire arcs. I tried with a maneuver here with Oikun, where I didn't bump him to try to cover so much space in front of him, again to close down his maneuver options. And I went the other way, tried to get behind them. Mass kind of predicted that by making the hard turn with the unstressed bot, and we ended up in a situation where we had, if I remember correctly, a range 1 shot against each other.
So Booga is not obsessed with bumping with Oikun. As we can see, he will not always go for the bump just to take 1 shield or deal 1 damage. And you've played the Decimator yourself.
Yeah.
It is a tendency that players that have Oikun at their disposal will try always to go for the bump because it's basically a free hit.
Yeah, it's at least you can easily stare yourself blind on the fact that that ending your maneuver, bumping another ship will cause that 1 damage. But more often than not, the better choice is simply to leave the Decimator in a position where other ships will bump him, because it's a big base ship. It can take up a lot of space. So I feel that your maneuvers become more predictable the moment that you start bumping constantly, right? You need to take advantage of more than just that one effect of the Decimator.
Okay, so here we have a big round of shooting. So we have range 1-on-1. Mass was able to predict where the Phantom was going to end up. So this is kind of what Mass is hoping for.
Yeah, now he has this range 1 shot on
and a complete whiff from
that's horrible. That's such a pity. That's horrible. 5
red dice for nothing.
2 eyes. That's not a good result.
This is a dream for the Aggressors.
Now he's of course hoping to get a much better result in his dice. Let's see how he rolls. Ooh,
not bad. Well, Sensor Jammer, as we know, but he will spend the focus.
For 4 hits.
He was prepared. And this could be bad. I mean, there is an evade, there is Palpatine, so there are always 2.
Aye.
And it is pretty bad.
It is really bad.
So he's going to use all of his
he's using
sneaky tools.
Yeah. But still, he just took 2 shields off Echo, and we're still in the beginning of the game.
The plan is going according to Mass's explanation.
It could. It's always, as a Phantom player, you know that you have 2 shields, but once they're gone, you also know that now you're down to hull, and there's not a lot of hull to take off.
But in a way, Booga's plan was also kind of working because he was able to double stress the IG who is running away, and you don't want that to happen because he's basically out of the fight for a while.
He will have him neutralized for at least a couple of rounds, but now he needs to get Echo out of this bad situation that he has been put in.
And again, the Decimator hitting pretty hard. I mean, it's just incredible.
And
average roll
again. Yeah, it takes 1 shield off. The auto thrusters kicks in.
Little by
2
little.
evades.
I can see why Mass was hoping to have 1-on-1 with Decimator in the end, because auto thrusters. That is just such a massive
and you'll
upgrade.
be able to outfly it, right? Booga runs a Decimator without engine upgrade, which means that the maneuverability of the Decimator is severely limited, as opposed to if it had engine upgrade. Right?
However, one of the tricks to outfly other ships from the Brobots is this 3 sloop, which will give you stress, which you don't really want when you're shooting at the Decimator, because in this case with Rebel Captive, it really limits you.
Yeah, you can see here Booga, he doesn't really care about asteroids. He knows that there's still a lot of both shield and hull to take off.
Yeah, let's see if he takes the damage. I've always had difficulty calculating exactly how I'm going to fly with a big ship, but he always says it's actually easier to create an expectation.
He takes 1 shield off Oiken from the hitting the asteroid.
And now Echo is kind of in between all of this mess. He decloaked into kind of a, maybe it looks like a dangerous area, but
4K here from.
Will he be able to get out of arc?
Yeah, we'll probably see a turn, right? He's going to pursue the Brobot with stress. Mass is of course trying to run with this one to get it into a better position once it turns around towards the Decimator and Echo again.
Well, I guess the reason why he double stressed himself is because most of his dial there's like 9 green maneuvers.
Yeah,
so
everything, right?
It is very likely that he's gonna just.
It has one of the
take the stress.
Probably one of probably the best dial in the entire game, right?
And I guess he had some expectations of he was afraid that he would bump him, so he did.
Yeah, he did the safe 1 turn, which of course does not take him out of arc of the Brobot. He probably, had he known where the other Brobot would end up, he would probably have done the 3 turn, right, to get out of arc and get closer. But in this instance, rather than bumping, being left in arc with no tokens, now he chose the safe movement.
Bank, a 2 bank would allow him to actually barrel roll out, because this angle is just
that is true.
The angle that, I mean, only if he had a boost.
Yeah. A decent roll here, 3 hits with Callus, 1 evade, a token. Is it at range 2? Okay. Yeah, apparently it is. He took a shield off, yeah.
He's open now.
Again.
This means that he already took half points from the IGB.
Yeah, he's now sort of gradually eating his way into the points on mass. Now it's IG88C.
And he doesn't really care that this first roll is not amazing. I mean, he will have a second. He just wants him to spend some of the tokens.
Yeah. I think he's now contemplating whether or not to re-roll the hit in order to get a new roll, but the problem, of course, is that you're not sure either on the second roll. Now he re-rolls one of the blanks to get 2 hits, and let's see, he has 3 with the focus, yeah.
And he did not sense a jammer because he knows there's going to be a second shot.
Yeah, exactly.
So to lose the shield or to risk 4 hits on the second
he has
shot.
Palpatine as well. So now
he's risking it.
Yeah, leaving himself tokenless for the second shot. And now he's sense jamming. He used his focus in his first attack.
Predator kicks in. He's gonna,
3 hits. Oh, and he has the Emperor.
And the Emperor in this case is very visible with this Lego version. Many people use some kind of Palpatine chip.
Yeah, a token. Yeah, now he brings in the big chair of Palpatine.
And the Decimator doesn't really.
Look at those defense rolls. So now Mass is left with a lot of decisions to make. Where will Echo decloak? Is it going to be forward?
we can't really see in the video, but this took quite a while to decide what to do now.
It's an important round, right?
So it seems like he's a bit defensive with this move. He's not super aggressive, but of course, I mean, he should play it safe with Echo.
Yeah. And also for Mass, a lot of thinking is going through his head, trying to figure out where will it end. Is he going to sloop? Is he going to, anticipate that there would be a decloak to the left and then going forward? But Mass, he's...
So it seems that Boogie is trying to block the IG that probably would try to get rid of the stress and do a bank, and now his banks are very limited.
Yeah. Look, now he is in fact slooping.
That is a risky maneuver.
Yeah, it is. I think that Mass was thinking here that Echo would decloak upwards and then going a 2 bank, and then he's anticipating that, but Echo went the other way. And Boogie actually succeeded he succeeded in bumping him. Good play, Boogie.
But that IG landing really close to the end, man, that's something that I wouldn't risk it. And I guess it's because he's flown this list.
Yeah, because I remember when we talked with him, he was very confident that it wouldn't get outside. He was very, very calm about it. I think a few players, they would get a bit nervous of...
And both Mass and Boogie, they have flown these lists a lot. They have experience. They have won tournaments.
Yeah.
Mass has won...
he's won 4 regional tournaments now. Yeah, he's like he's probably the closest to the best player we get in Denmark, right? Boogie has been playing Phantoms ever since they came out. He's never left them.
And whenever you play Boogie, at least I have this feeling that there's no light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You risk falling for the Decimator trap, or you just get shot with a million dice from Echo, and it's just desperation throughout the game.
Oh, he's so unlucky with his attack rolls.
Yeah, it's not coming out, the hits.
No, they're definitely not going his way.
Are you going to spend pulp?
No, he's saving him.
He should play defensively. Yeah. Although there's no shots on him. He could
have but maybe he's saving them for the Decimator, right? He wants a good Decimator shot.
No, he does spend it.
Oh, he does? Oh,
because, there's no need to defend. There's no shots on his... Might as well try, but
why is he doing that? Because the other one doesn't have any tokens. Of course, but he might have gotten one crit through the shields. The other one has full shields, right?
It's always worth trying. Yeah. And the Decimator has a very good... it rolls well because of Predator in any case.
Yeah.
So.
And since it doesn't have engine upgrade, it always goes with focus.
Yeah. And Mass basically only needs to roll 2 evades because there's one usually free from other sources. As long as he rolls a blank.
Yeah. 2 evades out of 3 dice, right?
And now how to decloak. Let's maybe hear it from them, because we're just amateurs looking at these experts.
When you normally are in a situation like this, having a cloaked Phantom, especially having a cloaked Echo, you will feel quite confident that you should be able to get shots without any retaliation. But again, because I couldn't really find any way where I would feel sure that I wouldn't be hit by the heavy laser bot here. I was really considering decloaking away from it and try to see if he did a K-turn or a signal loop that he would be out of range. I have to keep him out of range because of the heavy laser cannon. I don't get any bonus from range 3. So when I decided, okay, there is no chance that I will be able to get out of his arc, my second best option is to go after his damaged bot, the one I have a callus.
Yeah, I really want to get arc with my IG-88C with the heavy laser cannon, which is not on callus. So the heavy laser cannon guy is really the guy that I want to kill Echo with. And what I do to get arc on Echo here is that I use I do a pre-boost with one of the IGs that does try and get away to get him to have like bad shots on the IG. So basically just boost away, get the evade, stuff like that. But with the other one, I really want arc. So instead of just hard turning, maybe I should have actually just do a too hard here. But I was more confident that getting arc if I just pre-boosted first to get around the rock, and then do a hard one. So there's no way he can arc dodge my IG.
So a lot of strategy in one round.
And hard one going around the asteroid here, trying to catch Echo off guard, and he gets a perfect shot on him here.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't seem like range 1, but there's no way he's gonna get out of the arc.
No.
And the other keeps running away. In a way, it keeps baiting Echo because okay, I'm hurt, but at least it's not a heavy laser cannon.
Yeah, and Mads actually now successfully, at least for a couple of rounds, got the Decimator a bit neutralized. It's far away from Echo. It's difficult for the Decimator to come in and protect Echo.
And again,
those dice are not good to Boogle. 2 hits for one from Callus, 1 evade, and a
spend
token.
the token.
Boogle really needs to get rid of the IG-88B soon, right? Because it's he's at the risk here of being outflown.
So Dream Shot once again. Let's see. 2 hull. He has a focus. No, he has an evade. He did a boost, a pre-boost.
Yeah, he has.
So no focus here. And if Boogle wanted, he could just jam the hit, but that doesn't make much sense when there's a second shot coming. So 1, which will be easily evaded.
And 3 evades. At least his defense dice are good now that his attack rolls are failing him.
And now Sensor Jammer. So
1
there's
predator,
only possibility of
1 hit.
Ooh.
And he has to spend his token.
But that was close.
That's always a scary moment when you play, when you see all eyes and
It seems like Echo is just not rolling dice today, not defending, not attacking. It's not going well.
That's of course also when you play a Phantom without the fire control system, without the rerolls from the target lock, you are left with only the tokens that you have, maybe a focus to modify, but you're very much at the mercy of the dice. If you have poor dice, you can end up with a lot of shots that doesn't really do any damage.
And fire control, it's only 2 points, right?
It's 2 points.
Yeah. Are there people out there playing with Gunner? I mean, I know it's expensive, but it is probably the best.
I think you see it very often on Whisper. It's called the Buzzsaw Whisper. That's a list that deals out a lot of damage, right? Very often you would also see fire control system on a Gunner effect, so you get maximum damage. But it's a very, very expensive version of Whisper.
Okay, the Decimator now becomes a threat because he's basically aiming where the Brobot hurt one is going.
And he wants to separate them, right? He wants to sort of tear in between them.
4K.
It's a 4K here. But Massey's maneuvering very well with his Brobots.
Okay, let's see where the other one is going, because of course his goal is to get arc.
Yeah.
And it's always a big decision before you reveal your dial, because you have
the advanced
sensors to make some other decisions. But I guess it's just going to be a normal.
Oh, so he tokened up before doing his 4K.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to shoot without a focus.
No. Now he has arc on the Decimator through a stone, and also got Echo into arc here.
But will it have space to barrel roll? Because
it just barrels.
I mean,
behind
the Decimator is just so big we can't really see the base.
Yeah, no, it's very difficult to see the base both in front and back. But I think that Echo successfully barrel rolls out of arc. Now they're checking if there's an asteroid in between. It looks like it, right?
But he's stressed. Do you want to shoot at the Decimator at this point?
Yeah, because now he's ending up with a double-stressed Decimator, double-stressed Brobot, leaving
And
not so
it's
many
not like the
choices.
Decimator is any close to...
No.
Why would you?
But maybe he's just thinking that if he needs to start getting some damage on the Decimator, just in case he's not able to get rid of Echo, right?
He's tired of arc dodging.
Yeah.
The time has come. Let's shoot the big boy. It's for his focus. It's
Oh,
okay.
it's 4 hits.
Oh, the
And
Decimator.
he takes 1 evade from the from range, maybe. Yeah. So 3 hits. It can take it. It can take 3 hits. It's fine.
But 3 more attacks and the Decimator could be out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why didn't he focus in the beginning? I guess that's what he's thinking.
Exactly. You always play better when you play retrospectively.
And that consistent damage output from the Decimator. Well,
no,
with a little
yeah.
help from our friend
Yeah.
Palpatine.
And that's
auto
1,
thruster.
3. Yeah. So difficult to get rid of them. With auto thrusters, when they're tokened up. Now, of course, the Brobots are in a bit of a difficult situation here, right? Where to go?
Because in a way, everything is blocked. We have a rock, we have Oikon, we have...
You can see how Booga is using the Decimator essentially as a wedge between the two. He wants to minimize the areas where they can move.
Actually, here, maybe if he bumped, there would have been a better solution, because now he's gonna get shot at range 1. And if the IG that is on the right, if it focused on the Decimator, then they could have brought him down.
Yeah.
No,
Well, at
maybe
least
not.
taken somehow. Now
Yeah.
he's making an interesting move here. Look, now he's just in front of the stone.
Yeah, because he really wants Archon.
Yeah.
But still, stressed, I mean, I wouldn't... Yeah, but that's why he doesn't want to shoot the Decimator
Yeah,
again.
And of course now, Booga, they're both at range 1. Booga right in front of her. He barrel rolls down. It's because he was in arc of both, right? Yeah.
I have a feeling that right now Booga is starting to speak like Palpatine. He's going with his yes.
Yeah, he's
Because everything is working kind of like he planned. He gets to shoot and
yeah,
finally
a good roll from.
this could
from
be
Booga.
nasty. He needs 3 evades and some luck.
He gets 2, 1 token, 1 evade, and 2 hits.
Ooh.
Oh, that might soon be the end of IG-88B. He's, of course, cloaked up for the return fire.
And he needs all 4 hits because he's gonna jam 1.
Now he shoots at the Decimator, IG-88B, getting stressed again. Having 2 hits, no tokens.
But those crits could be a blinded pilot, and the
Yeah,
Decimator
yeah.
doesn't have defense dice, so
Yeah.
let's see. What is it? Damage cockpit. That doesn't mean anything.
No.
Pilot skill 0, he's already the lowest. And structural damage, reducing the agility that he already doesn't have.
Yeah,
So
it's 2 crits that doesn't bear any effect on the Decimator.
so it couldn't be better for Boogie.
No.
Heavy laser.
Heavy lace cannon through
One
a
last
stone.
try to bring Echo down before
That's-
flying through a rock, which is never pretty.
And that's 5 dice now. Did
Because of the
Booga
rock.
already spend No, he still has Palpatine, right?
Yeah, I don't see it on the table.
So it's going to be impossible for, at least in the first shot here, right? Did he reroll? No, he's considering if, now he's got sensor jammed, I think he's considering if he's going to use Predictive.
But why not? I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it could end up being that he has to spend the I don't
Yeah,
know if I
but
would.
Booga could blank out on his roll, right? Now the gun effect comes in, shoots again. And a bit better this time, right? So Sensor Jammer on 1, Predator for a final of 1 hit, 5 dice, 2 evades.
Kind of an average roll for 5 dice,
Yeah.
which is enough. And
The Decimator
now
returns fire.
the scary shot, because range deadly 1.
1 on the...
But is it in arc? Because he can get auto thrusters.
Yeah,
if
that's
it's,
true.
so they have to remove.
I...
There's no judge to call.
No, there's no
They
TO.
just have to
Let's
trust each
see.
other.
It looks like it's slightly out of arc, doesn't it?
In cases like this, I would just roll for a.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
let-
the roll off.
let randomness decide.
4 dice. Oh,
He has to re-roll because it was a.
Oh, yeah. So, let's see where we at. He re-rolls with Predator for crit. One with the Emperor.
How do you come from 1 hit to 3? From Predator and Focus.
Focus and the Emperor, right?
Yeah.
So now
he
he's at
always
2
manages
crits.
to have a focus.
And that's IG-88B out of the
It doesn't
game.
really matter which crits it is.
Go away.
Now,
yeah.
it doesn't look good. I mean,
It's maybe right from the beginning it was Boogie's game to lose because of the matchup, but oh my, now it's going to be so difficult for Mass to come back into this game, even with a fully an IG-88C at full health.
yeah. And Echo probably trying to turn to get arc or run away. We don't know.
It's you could, of course, he could go aggressive with the with Echo, or he could play it safe.
He has been playing aggressive so far,
Yeah.
and it has paid off. Well, he rolled a lot of blanks on his attack, but
Look at Boogie's tie. He's the most well-dressed X-Wing player in Denmark, I think. That tie is all over the place.
and he can only fly through a rock because 1 turn is a white.
Yeah, there are no real options for him. So he does a 4
Just takes it like a man.
right through the stone. Let's see if he takes any damage from that. You need the attack dice.
No.
And there's a blank. But no actions for IG-88.
He didn't turn. He didn't do a 1 turn to get.
No.
Well, he can still.
Did he? He'd still managed to get arc on it, right? Ooh. That's going to sting. He's taking a focus. Range 1.
Okay, let's see if he does it again.
Let's see if he can score a lot of hits. He has 2 hits, no focus. Turns 1 with Palpatine.
Could be worse. I mean,
Yeah.
out of 5.
So only 1 shield off.
It was maybe the best out of the worst.
Yeah.
And the Decimator.
Decimator with its 3 dice. Once this range 2.
Predator. And of course the focus.
And of course, focus.
So consistent.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's 2
Auto
evades.
thrusters. Why is he taking the shield? Yeah, auto thrusters.
Yeah, auto thrusters. He remembered now.
And also defensively, so consistent.
Yeah. It took him a while to get rid of, but now, I mean, still he has Oikon left with 8 hull. He has Echo, no shields, but 2 hull. It's going to be a difficult game to win now. And
And the decloak.
and he's playing it defensive now.
Okay, this is surprising. Let's see what they say about this decloak.
So this is the round where I basically lost the game. I had lost one of my Brobots, which is never nice, especially when it's the one with the gunner ability. And I didn't anticipate that Boogie would play Echo defensively. I thought that he would be in my face as he usually is. But he actually ran away with Echo in this turn. That was the complete correct move from Boogie. Because I just wanted to, I took my focus and I just K-turned behind that rock, through the rock to get arc, but I was out of range, so that didn't pay off for me at all. And the problem is that the next turn is really bad for me. I don't really have any good possibilities here.
Normally, I play Echo aggressively, but again, because I couldn't predict where he would end, I knew that he would do a kind of a turn, a K-turn or a sloop in this case, and I couldn't find the sweet spot where I would know that Echo, even with a barrel roll, would be out of harm's way. So deploying, maneuvering him, decloaking him away and behind the Decimator, again using the Decimator as an obstacle for the remaining Brobot.
What I should have done in the next turn though was to move 3 forward and just bump Oikon. Because then Oikon wouldn't have had shots on me, and I would have had a shot on Echo again through a rock though, and yeah, close. It wouldn't have been a really nice shot, but I wouldn't have died in this turn, in the final turn at least. So, but the problem here is that I'm stressed as well, so I can't do my focus, and I really need my focus to hit the Echo.
The philosophy is to try to keep the Decimator between the opposition and the very fragile but also very hard-hitting Phantom.
So everything going wrong for Mass, a failed bet, and a rock taking shields, and basically he just can't get arc.
No. Boogie mentioned the sweet spot. He wants to find this place where Echo can go without getting shot and still have shot on the IG-88C. I think it's in arc here. Echo is focused up.
At least it's not range 1, but 4 hits.
4 hits. Oh. 1 evade.
And
that's 1 shield off. And
the end is near.
Oh.
Because what is he gonna do? I can already sense the Decimator turning around and range 1 shot. Well, auto thrusted. No, maybe not auto thrusters.
I think it's just slightly outside of. But with Predator 3 hits, and 1 crit from Palp. Oh.
No.
And that's the end of the game.
Doesn't matter.
That's the end of the game.
Let's hear it from the guys.
Against a less experienced player, I would feel quite confident. He would fall into the Decimator trap, and that would probably shred one of his aggressors to pieces, and then it would be easy to eliminate the other one. But we know each other's lists so well, and I know that Mass plays it to the limit. So I was confident that I would be able to make a good effort, but I was no way sure that I would win. I knew that because on paper I would say that I'm a teeny bit stronger against Mass than the other way around against his list. So I had to play a little bit conservative. It's not my job to make the daring moves. That's the underdog's job.
Yeah, exactly. I have to do like daring moves to get Echo in arc, and my most my most important task is to keep Oikon out of the game as much as possible. And I succeeded to some extent with that. But as you said, in like the last third of the game, where I also lost, is because Oikon came into the fight again.
Yeah,
that's really hard because I needed to have gotten Echo down before Oikon came back, and I didn't succeed to that extent.
That was our practice match.
Yeah, what a
really
game.
Interesting.
Yeah, thank you to Boogie, thank you to Mass for teaching all of us a bit of flying skills.
And stay tuned for more.